listening to Average Joe's Chess, a chess podcast made by average chess players, but exceptional lovers.
We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess. We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess.
I really would appreciate it if you didn't show me that again, Jeff.
What are your thoughts on it, Alf? And be honest.
I've never seen anything like it. That is the biggest hole down below I have ever seen.
You're not even. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Do you remember that time when I left some boxes at your place? Yeah, when you sent a photo in the family group chat. I've never been so embarrassed.
They were awful, man. Yeah, do not show me your boxer shorts again. I never want to see them. It's horrible.
Yeah, literally the material is like just clinging on by a thread, but yeah, can't get rid of them.
Before we started recording, this is what happened. Joe said to me, he went, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to try not to show you my bollocks.
Which is nice.
But I appreciate the gesture. But have a look at my boxer shorts. Oh, my God. So I tell you, if anybody wants to send Joe a pair of boxer shorts,
it would be appreciated.
Use on your he doesn't care. He'll have them. Just
I can put the holes in
Joe's Chess. Yeah, we haven't got an address, but you can email them to us. So yeah, Joe, first episode 24.
24, man. Yeah. How have we made it to 24? I don't know.
I don't know. Do you know 24 is the atomic number for which thing? What are they called? Elements.
God. Why don't we do a science podcast though?
We should do one. It's chromium.
It's chromium. You beat me to it, you bastard.
Did you know chromium is a metal?
It is.
And it's valued for its high corrosion resistance and hardness.
Ow, tell me something I don't know.
I am going to get you some chromium pants, chromium boxer shorts for the corrosion resistance. And let's not talk about the hardness.
Nothing can resist what I have in my pants right now. they'll degrade anything.
I think I'd resist. Anyway, Jopers. What we got coming up?
So,
and I'm not talking about in your pants.
No, that's staying down, don't worry. So it's an interesting one, isn't it? We're doing blindfold chess, which is, I don't know, I think that's one of the things people sort of know about chess. Like, whenever you speak about it, people seem to know, I heard some dude did like 20 games at the same time, blindfold, blah, blah, blah. It's a really interesting topic, but it's something that we're both shit at in it, so I don't know why we're doing it.
I got no idea. We'll talk about it later. I mean, we might be shit at it, but we got views from two experts this week on it, so we can play that. What else are we going to talk about, Jofers? I mean, we've got about an hour to fill. What else are you thinking?
I reckon we should recap on the tournament that took place last night. Our first ever chess club tournament.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we had a tournament, didn't we? Our Average Joe's Chess Club.
Yeah, you should compete in the next one. Now. You should actually turn up.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, that sounds good. We had our it was our inaugural tournament. We also had we gave away 2 diamond memberships this week, didn't we? We were about to. We're going to give another one away today. Talk a bit about our training with our champions that we training up. Tell people what we've been exceptionally loving. Should we just get on with it?
Let's do it. Let's
just do it. How's your chess week been, Joe? For us, always start with that. Let's recap that.
It's been decent, Still in love with the Dutch after the challenge from 2 weeks ago. And I've actually took my foot off the chess pedal, so to speak, in terms of actually playing. And I'm going to do some actual theory, some actual lessons. I'm going to play a little less and actually learn, because I've just realised there's so much that I still need to learn in terms of openings, middle game, end games. So I'm going to hide away from the games for a little bit and be a bit of a book nerd and just kind of enjoy some learning.
Bullshit.
Famous last words, innit?
That's going to last 1 minute. I reckon I'll ring you up Tuesday and you'll be like, hold on, I'm just in the middle of a bullet game. I'll call you back. Can I call you back?
All right, let's make it interesting. I'll bet you 50 quid that I'll play less than 50 games this week. And I average about 50 a day because I play bullet.
Nah, I'm not taking that bet.
Good, I ain't got 50 quid to my name.
No, I think it's a good thing. I've been trying to study a little bit more as well. You know, that chess.com membership that I was gifted, the diamond membership.
I've got to rub that in my face. I rue the day that I let you be the chess club leader and get that free membership.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, you can do all lessons and all the drills. There's so much available that's not available to you.
Yep.
And you know what, Jofers? Why don't you take up our free trial that we've got at the moment? We've got a 1 month free trial available on our chess club.
I feel bad taking it when we have 70 members now in our club who could take it. Feels a bit.
Whoa, I think we've got more. We've got 74 Jofers. Get it right. 70.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, so we could do that. But yeah, it's a great thing. I mean, I know I'm singing its praises most weeks, but I'm loving it. I'm loving that diamond membership. I never thought I'd enjoy it so much. I just love in your face as well.
So pissed off. There's been so many times this week where I thought, I really want to learn the Sicilian defense. I wonder if there's anything on chess.com, and it's always like, oh, you've used up your 2 minutes of free, blah, blah, blah. You need to upgrade. I'm just like, you bastard up.
You know, there's this thing called money. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. I just ain't seen any in my life.
I mean, you could just use that to buy yourself a diamond membership. It can be done.
I mean, my tactic was my girlfriend went skydiving this weekend, so I ripped myself into a will, but then it got called off last minute, so I'm still broke.
No.
I know.
Man.
Selfish.
We could start a GoFundMe for you, Schlo. Get a GoFundMe for Joe's diamond membership.
No, last time you came up with that idea, you tried to pimp me out to our members. you were saying that I'd be doing sexual favours.
You know what? I've listened back to that recording. I did not mention sexual favours. You,
in my head, you did.
Come up with it. In your head, I did. I had sexual favours in your head. Let's not go
my
there.
ears hear what they want to hear.
I think so. All I said, and I'm going to say it again. You know, Joe Fuzz is always complaining about his job. He's not too happy at the moment, etc. Looking for a different line of work. Just sit down a little bit, Joe. I'll raise the camera because I'm seeing things I don't want to see here. And I can't even look at the screen. And each week I've just said, look, if any of our listeners want to offer Joe Fuzz a job, you know, you'll do anything, won't you, Joe Fuzz? Anything.
You even said it in Cantonese last time, which was even more sensual.
I did say it in Cantonese in episode 23. Did you find that sensual?
Cantonese is a very sensual language to me. I don't know why.
I
think it's because I'm
How are you when you...
Oh, go on.
I was just going to ask how you get on when you order Chinese food.
I have been banned from all the local Chinese shops. It's and
the restaurants have had to raise the tables up by a few inches.
I raise them naturally when I'm there.
Oh, this podcast just filth. It's nothing to do with chess.
Really, is it? Shall we talk some chess? How was your chess week, Al?
Yeah, you know what? You set me a chess challenge that we'll talk about after. That really helped my blitz this week. Okay. It was really good, so thanks for that challenge. It helped. I'll talk about it in a minute. I was doing quite well at bullet until a couple of days ago when I just had some sort of, I can use the term tilt now. We've discussed it and I understand it. It was horrible. I just was losing game after game, yet I couldn't quit.
And was you feeling angry?
Okay, is a tilt you got? There was not much anger there to me. It was frustration. I just thought, I've got to win one in a minute. I've got to win one. I tried all the different time scales, and they're just playing really, really shit. And then I thought I switched to a bit of rapid. I've currently got about 1,600 and something in rapid. I'd like to see it go up a little bit. Managed to get it to go the other way, so I lost my rapid games, 3 10-minute games. But that aside, and touching on our chess club again, 2 of our chess club members challenged me to games this week. And so I started playing them on sort of 24-hour type games. And I've been loving that. That's been really good. So there's Wrenches and Benches, who I actually read as Wenches and Benches. I went to school in the Black Country, and the teachers used to call all the girls Wenches.
Are you kidding?
That's what Yeah, wench is a term for a female in the Black Country, I guess. maybe elsewhere, but they use it a lot there. So I read it as wenches and benches, but actually it's not. It's wrenches and benches. So I've been playing wrenches and benches and having a bit of chat. It's been great. Also playing Canterman, who you'll remember won our wheel of spinny wheel thing we did. He won that, and so I've been playing him as well on a daily game, and just really enjoying them. They're pretty good. So if anyone wants to challenge me or Joe, go for it. I mean, I'm on fire, aren't I? As you know, Joe, from our tournament. Should we tell everyone about the tournament, our club tournament?
So yeah, I mean, my favourite part was actually the chat. We had like the lobby chat going throughout, so I was getting the piss taken out of me left, right and centre, especially, was it TJP, I think, proper bullying me in the chat, so if you are listening, you can go fuck yourself.
TJP 19.
Yeah. You had one person playing from work as well. I think, was that Maximilian?
I'm not sure.
I think so. It was like Maximilian Pegasus, something like that. He was just playing.
There was Maximilian Pegasus.
Yeah.
Maximilian Pegasus.
Playing whilst on the job, so you got to love that work ethic. I was a big fan of that. That's my kind of work ethic. Yeah. And then, the games took place, and I'm trying to think what happened. So I had 3 games. 2 of them were against the same person. But in between those games, you get a little bit of time to kind of sit in on the other games that are going on. And I've sat in on a game with you against a... was it, I think, 160 rated player, which is...
No. So what, should we talk challenges? How was your chess challenge?
Yeah, just moving on. Brush that one under the carpet.
Carry on, jokers.
So we're never the type of people to kind of, I don't know, shit on someone who has a low relo or a higher relo or what. It's just... Chess it's a beautiful game.
We're lower than a lot of people. We're higher than people.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Really means nothing. But when you come up against someone who is about maybe 1,500 elo lower than you, you would expect to beat that person.
You would.
And what happened, Al? Did you or did you not get... I'm not going to lie, it was a beautiful checkmate. It was gorgeous.
It was a beautiful checkmate. So I was playing GC Boom 152, I think. And, GC Boom's the name. They were rated 152.
Okay.
So you would at Bullet, because it was a Bullet tournament, they're rated 152. You would expect me to pretty much win that match quite easily, wouldn't you?
You would.
You would, but unfortunately, as I did with all the other matches, I managed to lose everyone. I'm proud of it. But I did actually, before we go any further, I looked, if you go onto our club page, look at the tournament history, look at the standings. So basically, Skyscraper Sculptor won with 13 points. Well done. Got the inaugural win on our inaugural tournament, and we gave him a 1-month diamond membership for winning, didn't we?
Yeah.
So he won. Then we had TJP 19 second on 4 points. So well done, TJP. And then, if you look at the actual sheet, it says third place, GC Boom, the guy I lost to. There's no mention of you, Joe, first. He had 2 points.
Oh, I swear I got 2 points as well. But you know what?
You did get 2
I'll
points.
give it him.
So did Maximilian Pegasus. But chess.com awarded the winning thing to GC Boom, probably because they played much better than you, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of accuracy, I watched that game and they did destroy you. They wiped the floor with you, annihilated you, if you don't mind me saying so.
I felt tournament pressure. We're going to have to do a show on coping with tournament pressure. And before it started, I even had this sort of almost paternal thought in my head. You know how we've discussed before about letting your kids win? And I thought,
come on now.
Me and Joe should really let everyone win. We don't want to appear to be like cocky and winning the tournament, etc. Obviously, the minute it started, I thought, fuck that. We're going to go in hard. I'm going to play well here. And felt the pressure. I felt something. I don't know what I was feeling while the tournament was going on, but either way, I finished on 0 points. So not my proudest chess day, but on the other hand, I do feel it's a good achievement, and it's given us something to talk about. I liked it. That was the tournament was called. So you've got Title Tuesday, haven't you, where all the GMs play and stuff. We called our tournament Sidled Saturday, as it was a Saturday, and Sidled is sort of ineffective moves from side to side, I think. So we're going to do another one. Do you fancy another Sidled Saturday? I know Saturday's your day of loving, but do you think your girlfriend would give you a half-hour toilet break to play again?
With the food I eat, she wouldn't have a choice. Like, it's... I'll be in there whether she likes it or not. So, yeah, let's do it. Another Sidled Saturday next week.
Let's do it.
It'd be beautiful.
Another Sidled Saturday, and then we'll throw some more tourneys in at different times because obviously we've got some lovely listeners in Australia, New Zealand, places like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we better throw in some different times if we can. Do you understand how world time zones work and stuff?
Yeah, I know it's really hot in Australia, and talking about sweating down under, have a look at what has just poked out of this hole in my boxes. No, all right. Nah, we'll cut that bit out. It's but genuinely, somehow, I don't know if it's the position I'm sitting in, but they are starting to edge ever slowly out of their cage.
God, you know, we were talking about doing like live podcasts, YouTube, all of that is bad. We can't do this.
No, I think I'd act differently if the cameras were on.
I'm taking one for the team here. I have to look at you in this state of undress. I'm doing it for all our listeners.
It's so hot up here. I don't know what it is. Shall we move on now? Because I'm sweating and I'm just waffling.
What's your sweat got to do with anything?
I don't know. You know when the heat gets to your head and you just start. I don't know. You're not thinking straight, so you just talk and hope for the best. I mean, one of those kind of moods.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I was going to say if anyone wants to join the chess club, search Average Joe's Chess into Google, or you can put it on chess.com. Join us, more tournaments, bit of fun, some good banter. There's some forums in there where you can suggest stuff for me and Joe.
Could even have like a little side bet of when you'd win your first game. I'm saying at least by the 50th or 60th tournament, I reckon you will have got a game in there.
I should have won one at some point. Well, we're going to have to do a show on it, get an expert to help coach me on this tournament sort of worry that I have, this tournament stress or whatever. I'm going to win the next one.
You got this, I believe in you.
I'm so going to win it. Join us for next Sidled Saturday. I mean, there was 6 of us in this one. It'd be nice if we could get maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Or all 74 club members. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, moving on. We actually had a competition, didn't we, last week as well? We asked people to rate the show, if possible, on either Spotify or Apple or whatever you listen on. Just give it a star rating, or if good if you could leave us a review. Amazing, underwhelming response to that one. So, Joe first, do you want to spin that wheel?
Let's spin the wheel, see which one of you reviewers has won it. Are you ready, Al? And we're off.
Do it.
I'm getting used to this music, I'm starting to like it.
Yeah, you wait till you hear the challenge this week. You're going to love that.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, it's slowing down. And we got ourselves a winner.
Oh, Joe, do you want me to say who it is, even though I can't see your wheel?
How would you know?
Because actually, AshRocks09, thank you very much, was the only person who entered the competition.
All right, fair enough. There you go, enjoy.
So yeah, AshRocks09, you are our winner.
There we go, smash that.
We'll get that diamond membership over to you during the week. I'll probably try and send you a message on chess.com as well. There we go.
Happy days, that was easy.
So easy, I mean, yeah, that's lovely. Chess challenges.
Oh, let's do it, Al.
Oh,
do you want to recap yours
chess
first?
Challenges. My chess challenge this week, the one that you sent me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The one you sent me was I had to play 10 games of chess, I think. This is what I understood it to be. Play 10 games of chess. And if I lost any of them, so let's say I lost 6 matches, I then had to go and get my family photographs that are dotted around the house and put the Korean leader, Kim... What's his name, Joe?
Kim Jong-un, I think.
Kim Jong-un, that's it. I had to put Kim Jong-un picture in the frame and replace a picture of a member of the family. So, and then if that picture was discovered, if I was found out, I had to not play chess all week.
Oh, you would have missed the tournament, I've just realised, so I'm guessing.
Exactly. So I think that helped. So firstly, let me just say I played those 10 games and I was scared. Yet I actually won 8 out of 10. I sent you the screenshot to prove it, didn't I? Won 8 out of 10 games. So that left me just having to do 2 pictures. Obviously, I'm so scared of not playing chess all week. That was like terrifying. So I made them quite hard to find, in places where I thought people wouldn't look, like on a windowsill in my bedroom behind a curtain, because you get something behind them away. And the other one was slightly more obvious. I just replaced myself, but my family are just so unobservant. or I look like Kim.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
I didn't want to say, but the resemblance is uncanny.
I think so. It must be. I mean, or they didn't notice. Like, I mean, they haven't even noticed I'm doing a podcast. I don't think they don't even know that. So I got away with it. I'm so pleased. Great challenge. Great challenge. In fact, I might just leave them there now. Maybe I shouldn't move them. Maybe what I should do is just constantly like use this to improve my chess.
I reckon.
And put more
Do you
pictures
remember
in.
that show when I was a bit younger? I think it was Wife Swap or something. We should do like a dad swap. You and Kim Jong Un kind of swap lives for a bit. He can come down to over your way. It'd be beautiful.
That'd work.
I'd love Christmas with him. I think he'd have such good stories. Horrible, very
Christmas with
dark
Kim.
stories, but like it'd be
I
interesting.
don't think that'd be very nice.
They wouldn't. No, but maybe you stay here.
Yeah. Well, and you're going to go to Korea and spend it with him there.
I feel like he wouldn't like me.
You don't think?
Yeah. I don't think it'd be my
Not
biggest
after
one.
that challenge. You'll just think you're a piss taker.
I know. But yeah, that was a good
So
challenge.
yeah, that was it. How was your challenge, Joe?
It was all right, you know. So we thought you challenged me to go back onto Reddit or like any online forum because the last one was I thought it was really funny. I really enjoyed it. Got lots of people kind of biting back and people got involved. Everyone was just having a good laugh. It was good fun. This week, not many people replied, but the ones who did still gave me a little bit of a giggle. So I'm going to read those out. But it was slightly different this time, wasn't it? You told me to be a bit of a, what was it, a clairvoyant, which was a new word for me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a big word. It's genuinely.
Yeah, you were a clairvoyant.
Yeah. So I can speak to the dead, but primarily to chess grandmasters of yesteryear, people who are no longer with us. And does anyone have anything they want me to ask them? So I went on there. I said, greetings. I'm a clairvoyant with easy access to deceased grandmasters. Ask us anything. And the first one, I should have left it after this. I haven't even replied to this one yet because I can't think of an answer that's funnier than the question because the question itself was just amazing. And I don't think they meant it to be funny. It was just, I think they're just a little bit lost. 1 second. It's not even that funny. You know the Cuban grandmaster? What's his name?
Yeah. Capablanca.
Yeah, so they said, oh, it's not funny. They said, was the...
Come on, Joe, use
All
your
right,
words.
sorry.
Get it out. You could do it.
They said, was the film Capablanca named after the Grandmaster Capablanca? No, I believe they mean Casablanca. But I found that hilarious. It just really gave me a giggle.
That's the best question ever. They were taking the piss.
I hope
That's
so.
brilliant.
I hope so.
I love that one.
That was beautiful.
That's so good.
So that already made my day. And then this one I did respond to. They said, I've got a question for Bobby Fischer. I thought quite a few would be to Bobby Fischer. You seem to grow rather cynical during your older age. In your interviews, you appeared bitter, angry, and aggressive. How is the afterlife treating you? Have you retained the bitterness and aggression from your previous life, Tim? And Bobby Fischer replied, go fuck yourself, Tim. Regards, Fischer. So I'm hoping that's given Tim the closure he needed.
Oh, what a guy.
Oh, no. And the only other one that got back to us... It was for Alakine. It's not the kind of grandmaster I thought people would be asking for, but I thought it was pretty cool. So we're talking proper old now, I think. They said, how am I out of breath? They said, can you ask Alakine the following question? Pamela Anderson, Angelina Jolie, Megan Fox, shag, marry, kill. Which I thought that was just priceless. I thought that was beautiful.
Oh, we need to get these people on the show.
We need
They're
to.
great.
They got good senses of humour, man. And Alakine replied with, I've shagged them all, mate. I was quite the pussy magnet back in the day. So I thought, but the questions were brilliant. I couldn't get enough of
love that.
But they were the only
I
three,
love that.
sadly. But yeah, still another funny
That's
challenge.
enough. I would say that's enough. You can't have more than that. That hit the spot.
Oh, mate, that
that's
Capablanca one, it just, it makes me giggle. I don't know why. Just on the off chance that it was a genuine question. I hope it was.
good. There's got to be a joke you can make there as well, like, a corny joke around that. But
got
that was
to.
great. Jofa's loved it.
Good fun. What have you got in store for me this week? What's my challenge?
Okay, yeah. So, we've got a listener in Haiti, listens in, regularly goes on these trail walks and listens to us. Well, it got me thinking about Haiti and the word Haiti and how you seem to always say how you hate chess. Okay, it's a bit of a spurious link there.
Is that a racial slur because I'm Italian?
I hate the chess.
I hate the chess.
You always say it. It's like, oh, I'm falling out of love with chess. I hate chess.
True.
I'm falling out with it. Blah, blah, blah. So the other week I got you listening to MC Hammer, didn't I? I can't touch this. Is that what's called? Can't touch this. Over and over on loop while you're playing chess. What I've actually done, I've been a bit kinder than that. I've recorded you. Do you remember you used to like watching Friends, didn't you?
Oh, I used to love it as a kid.
Do you remember? I remember something. I think it was Chandler may have fallen asleep listening to someone's tape that was going, "You are a strong, confident woman."
Yeah.
So I've recorded my own version for you. It's basically in a Brummie accent, the best Brummie accent I could do. And considering I'm a Brummie, that wasn't too hard. Just me repeating over and over. I love chess. I love chess. I love chess. And it's about a 5-minute loop of this with a nice sort of meditation backing track.
Beautiful.
I just want you to listen to that while you're playing chess, definitely. At least, give it a good go. I'm not going to put a limit on it, but I would say give it at least, 10 games, 20 games. God. If you could listen to it while you're dozing off to sleep, I think that would really help you. You wake up, you'll be feeling, I got to play chess. I love it. I've got to study chess. It's just going to be so good. I might, if there is a way of doing it, I don't know, I need to talk to you about it, but we could put the actual track out there for people if they want to listen to it and if it could help them with their chess.
I'm sure people will be lining up for that, Al. That sounds beautiful.
How are you feeling about that?
I mean, the MC Hammer one did feel like a bit of a torture tactic. It genuinely just wore me down after the 4th or 5th listen. So this is just, and oh God, I'm just happy that it's such a beautiful accent, such as the Brummie accent. It's just music to
and
my
I
ears.
did it in so many ways. I'd sort of I love chess. I love chess. I love chess. I love chess. I love it. I love it. I did all of that.
Oh, it's
About
really
5
good.
minutes of it. I think the funny thing was I was recording it here in my garage studio thing. I had the door open and I think my neighbours were just basically treated to me doing this for ages, really loud. So,
that's
great.
beautiful. Al, thank you for that. It's I think I need to get harsher challenges for you.
What? That's not harsh. I'm helping. The MC Hammer was harsh. I can imagine the SAS are using that now in Hereford to train new recruits and stuff.
But no, I reckon I can do this.
I mean, you can do this quite easily.
I like how your idea of making me not hate chess anymore is to just give me a challenge that'll just make me despise chess this week.
Nah, this is going to work. It worked for Chandler, I think, didn't it?
I think it did. So yeah, now I look forward to that, Al.
What you got for me, Jofers? I'm excited. What you got?
So we had all the family together last weekend for my birthday.
Bastard, I wasn't there. You didn't invite me.
I had all my beloved family there.
Carry on.
And so 2 of them are very into the podcast. They listen to it every week, and they had some ideas for challenges. Luca, my brother, he gave the one last week for the Kim Jong-un one, which I thought was brilliant. And the other one, which I thought was brilliant,
thanks, Luca.
was my mum's, who she came up with a really good one. So you've got the... you got the privilege of having Angelina's for the week. What she wants you to do, it sounds simple.
Hold on. Didn't you say Alahine had Angelina as well?
He's had them all. I have got quite an Alakine look about me, haven't I?
You have. I don't know what he looked up. I'm sure you have.
I don't know. Not a clue. But so her idea, and I know how much you're going to love this. Every chess game you play this week, how many do you play a week, would you say? 50?
Depends who's asking. If it's you and nobody in this household who I have to admit this to, a lot, Joe. First, I'm probably looking at about between 10 and 20 a day.
Okay, and during that day, you have a lot of time at home. You're working around the house. You may be playing your guitar, kind of spending time with the kids, raising them, doing their education and whatnot. Occasionally the house can get a little bit messy, can't it? Because maybe you make some lunch and then you don't get round to clearing it up, and then you have to do it a little bit later.
You're not going to make me tidy my house. It's just your mum conspiring with someone here.
So what we want you to do is, after every single chess game this week, just do a bit of housework. It can be anything.
No!
I know.
Ange, why? No.
Phil, your partner's going to love it, but you might not be too keen on it. You're just not going to play chess this week, are you?
That's the worst chess challenge ever.
So
I hate that.
it could be anything, but you like to do a lot of DIY and make stuff, so I'll let you do that stuff as well. So you can make some things, you can clean some things, you can reorganize, whatever you want to do.
You know what? Okay, my initial thought is I really hate this. But I'm also thinking maybe it's a good excuse, a good way. It's like a reward thing. You're seeing it as I play a game of chess and then do the task. I might treat it as I'll do the task and reward myself with a game of chess.
Yeah, that wasn't the challenge.
Unload the dishwasher, game of chess. Reorganise a cupboard, game of chess.
My favourite thing is,
my pants away.
I think my mum is just a sick fucker because she knows how bad your back is at the moment. You've been bedridden for ages.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, yeah, let's get him doing some DIY around the house.
Well, so hold on though. Sometimes this is going to be really tricky for me because I play chess in bed at like 1 a.m.
Get up and
Can I
do
store it? Oh,
Nah, just take a mop to bed with you and just kind of mop the ceiling after you play.
man, I'm gonna have to store the nighttime ones. I'll keep score. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe can we say maybe like after 11 p.m. It's like what do they call it? A curfew.
It
I
can
get
be
to
your
just get away with
your
it.
protected time.
Protected time from 11 p.m. until let's say. What about 11 p.m. until like 10:59 p.m. the next day?
Yeah, I'm happy with
Does that work for you?
That's completely
cool.
fine.
It's a deal. What a great challenge, Joe Fairs. That was really good. Do you know what I wanted to mention as well?
Go on.
When we were talking about our chess week, while we're still talking chess on our chess podcast, I also really enjoyed last night, spending the night with you.
It was good fun, wasn't it? It was no, it was beautiful. Like regardless
It was lovely.
doing it for YouTube, which is what we were doing, it was just fun to play some chess games, and it was quite funny.
Oh, it was good. We started our, we're about to start our YouTube channel properly, aren't we? We've had a few little attempts, but we've been practicing. I think we got it down this time. We had 4 games against each other. Mm-hmm. We talked about them, didn't we? As we were playing, we were having a bit of banter, and then we gave some really average analysis to the to the matches. 3 games were just, what were they? 3-2, if I remember, 3-2 type them. And then the final one was a variant, which I love, that 3 checks variant.
Brilliant, isn't it? I won't say what the outcome was.
Let me write that down. An episode on variants. Just write that down. That'd be good.
Oh, but
that will be good.
It's not chess at that point, is it? It's a completely different game. It's brilliant.
Oh, so good. But I just also had to bring this up because you know how you were trying to rating shame me over my losses, tournament shame.
Yeah, so let's move on. What was the next topic?
No, that didn't work for me. It doesn't work for you. So in that first game, I mean, people will see this if they're watching it. And I don't want to give anything away, but you are higher rated than me. Anyway, you would expect to win against a lower rated player like me, wouldn't you, Joe?
You would. And not just win, but you wouldn't expect to get slapped in the way that I got slapped.
No, and fall for a trap so early on. So if you want to see that at some point in the near future, that'll be on YouTube.
You're not going to believe this, but the camera just didn't pick up that game. So we're going to start from game 2.
And for anybody who does watch it, Joe may or may not have had clothes on for this one.
I know. Look at me. It's growing. This maturity, that is.
And talking of clothes on, should we play that little interview with Danya that happened this week?
Oh, I still can't believe that you got to sit down with him.
Oh, well, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Daniel Naroditsky, probably one of our favourite chess players, would you say? Definitely one of my favourites.
Yeah. I love watching his speed runs.
Yeah, and you had the pleasure of sitting down with him, and yeah, this is what happened.
So, Danya, I mean, it's amazing to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us. Before we start, I've got to tell you, Joe often likes to record these podcasts naked. So, I mean, if you want to do anything, you feel free.
And let me just take my sweatshirt off. 1 sec.
Okay, cool. I think slightly worried now that Joe will decide to take his underpants off.
That would be disaster immediately. But there's a high probability he doesn't. He can't resist the temptation.
I know, very true. Oh, Joe, leave him on, man.
So this is just a little bit nasty.
I know. Sorry about that, Danya.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, very true. And well, I suppose now you've had a glance at Joe's minuscule penis. I don't know, what would you say?
That was very satisfying. Boom, boom, boom. And trust me, guys, I know what to show.
You'll know what to show us. Daniel, why are you looking down your trousers, mate?
I think you guys will appreciate this. Let me find it. Yeah, it's working.
Daniel, are you sure about this?
You guys ready for a very clever move? Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. There's more than one thing there, Daniel. Has that been advantageous to you in life at all?
That's a huge advantage, and we can even give up one of them.
Okay, wow, I suppose you could. And, well, I suppose maybe it'd help you with certain things like maybe the missionary.
It's a boring position.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is, Daniel. But anyway, we really wanted to talk chess. We haven't got round to doing that. Maybe we'll do that next time, and we'll end this for now. And maybe we could just continue talking once we've stopped recording.
I know exactly what to show you guys after this.
Yeah, I bet you do, Daniel. I bet you do.
So yeah, Joe first. I think that was an interesting segment. I think it was fun to make. Maybe we should do some more of that. We could.
Yeah, but how often
Daniel's
could you
just
get
got
Daniel to feature? Like, I don't know how often. He's a busy
I don't
guy.
want to break this to you, man, but that was just me Friday
You're
night sitting there
kidding.
messing about. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that could be good. We should get some other little things on like that. A few little fake interviews with streamers and grandmasters. But yeah, Joe Furs. And do you know what else? I must have been so bored. And do you know what? I tell you what else it was. I've finally worked out how to use the audio editing software a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So I've also put together for you a little quiz.
Ooh, let's do it. What's it on?
Do it. So what I've called it is streamer. You know, you get the speed runs.
I think it's the antibiotics I've been on that just messed with my stomach.
Really? You're talking about speed run?
Yeah.
Well, this one I have called the Streamer Speed Fun. It's so what I've done, I've took some streamers, four people that do chess on YouTube, may or may not be grandmasters, etc.,
Okay.
And changed their speed of their voice, sped it up or slowed it down, and you just have to guess who those four are.
All right, clever. Should we play all four and then I'll give you my four answers?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Question 1. Going to kick off with an easy one for you here, Joe Furs.
Queen h5 attacks the pawn on e5. You guys all probably know that it's a bad idea. Oh my goodness.
And question 2.
Oh no, I dropped both rooks. Oh no. Checkmate.
It's time for question 3.
Okay, so the Angling Gambit doesn't have a very good reputation, and rightfully so, but it's very tricky. So I actually recommend this video whether you have white or black.
Finally, question 4.
This is the Chess Nerd, and for the last 6 years, I've been plotting my revenge. We first faced off against each other in the 2017 Canadian Open.
Right, so Jokers, what did you think of that? You seem to find it amusing.
What I find amusing is that while that is playing, people can't see what you're doing on camera. That was beautiful.
No one needs to know.
Nah,
no one
We'll
needs
move on.
to know.
So I think I'm certain about
Who was
one of
number
them.
one?
But I'm certain about one of them, but I think I could get 3 out of 4 potentially. But 4 out of 4 I don't think is possible. But the first one I think was Danya. Am I right?
Yeah, of course, it was Danya. Did you get it from the that noise?
No,
He said,
wait.
yeah, another sub or whatever he said.
Nah. Weirdly, it was just his kind of rhythm and his phrasing. I don't know what it is. He's probably the one I watched the most, so I just picked it up a little easier.
It's in there. Yeah,
Second one.
You got that.
And the
second
third
one, I made this. I felt the second one was easy because of a certain word.
Oh,
But go on.
so my guess was Eric Rosen. No.
You guessed correctly, Joe.
Oh, you're
Fils.
kidding?
Yeah, it is.
There we go.
Because he always says like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
my whatever." Oh no, and there's 2 oh no's in there, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, so it sounded like he sacrificed 2 rooks to get a checkmate. So I was like, it's got to be Eric
Yeah.
Rosen, isn't it? The cheeky bugger.
It's gotta be.
What a guy. The third one is the one where I'm
Third?
not so sure. Just hang on, let me have a little think. So that was the one where you went higher pitched and it was a lot faster. I don't know why that made it harder. I want to go with Gotham. I don't know why. That was my initial clue, my initial gut instinct, but I'm not. I'd say I'm like 30% sure. Go on.
Nah, you got that
Can I have
one
another
wrong,
guess?
Joe. First one, another guess. Yeah, go for it.
Is it male or female? It was male, wasn't it?
I'm not saying.
I'm saying. Oh, jeez. I can't even.
You want a clue?
American or English? Or neither?
American.
American. It wasn't Ben Feingold.
It was Ben Feingold.
Was it? There we go.
It was. And do you know, I really wanted you to get that one right because I've been sat here thinking, who the hell was number 3? I just can't remember who it is. This is going to be embarrassing. It's my quiz. So when you gave me that answer, it helped me out. Yeah, Ben Feingold. Well done, Joe. First, number 4.
Number 4. So they sounded a little bit British and kind of sophisticated. So I'm kind of confused as to why I've written down Hikaru, who's from Florida.
No,
not a
Joe.
clue,
It's
then.
not Hikaru.
So it was a British person, I'm guessing, because it sounded British.
Nope.
Nah. American?
I haven't actually looked into her nationality.
Oh. It's not one of the Botes sisters.
It is.
Which one?
It
the
is.
older, the...
I don't bloody
I'm
know.
awful with names.
No, I just clicked on one of the videos and didn't pay attention to who it was. Let's say Andrea or Andrea or whatever, and let's say it was her.
All right, perfect. I'll take 2.5 out
Oh,
of 4.
Joe first. Well done, man. 2 out of 4 is pretty bad. Well done.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I'll give you 2.5. You got the third one.
Yeah, sort of. I'll take 2.5. That was good fun. That was a nice little creative quiz.
No, a nice one, Joe first. Yeah, what do you want to talk about now, Joe?
Shall we recap the chess news of the week? Have you got any?
Chess, like world chess
Yeah,
news.
world chess news. What are the grandmasters up to? Maybe tournament recaps. Any? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it is a chess podcast.
Yeah. Do you want to do this section?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to do it? Not let's us do it. Do you want to do it? You do it.
I
You're
was going to hand it over
enthusiastic.
to you this week.
I don't think any chess went on in the world. I think it was World Chess Take a Break week.
It was, wasn't it?
I think like all tournaments were off. The only tournament that was played was our tournament, the one that I can't ever remember what we called it, and we talked about it 2 minutes ago.
Because there was me thinking maybe we're doing really bad chess podcast hosting by not having any news to talk about. But yeah, I forgot they took that hiatus, didn't they?
They took a week
Let's
off
move
for
on.
us. So, moving on from that, I wanted to say about we training our champions. I just want to check if any news your end. What's going on?
Yeah, so I sent her off to go paragliding or parachuting this week. I thought it's because
You don't even know which one. What was she doing? There is a difference. I think. You told me she was skydiving.
that's the one. Yeah, skydiving. So she went skydiving.
Is that part of her training? Is that part of her, like, your... So, if anyone doesn't know what we talk about here, I've got my champion. Joe's got his contender. We are... do you like the way I use that language?
It was really good.
Yours is just a contender. Mine's already a champion.
Yeah, very, very rude.
We've got our people. Joe's got his Charlotte. I've got my John T. As Joe put it last week. And we're training them up, and they're going to fight each other over the board. And we're going to just... I don't know, see who's the best trainer out of us two, who's the best thing. It's the start of getting our little stable of champions together, hopefully. So you sent her skydiving as part of her training?
Well, she chose to go skydiving, or I don't listen to it. It was skydiving or guy riding, or it
to
was
avoid
something.
her training.
It was what?
Was
Sorry,
it training avoidance? Training avoidance?
I think so. But no, the way I thought of it, I thought I'd send her skydiving purely because when you're playing bullet chess, it's that adrenaline. It's that you got to be good under pressure and high altitude.
You actually might be onto something here.
So I think if she can cope with that amount of pressure and that kind of exhilarating feeling, like bullet to her would just feel like meditation. Like,
well, you're not worried at all, like, about her dropping the phone while she was like plummeting towards Earth. Were you making a play while she was skydiving?
I was quite the wicket keeper as a kid, so I'd be there ready just to make that catch.
Oh, you just made me think of that time when we were in Stratford or something.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
someone
got
bombed.
walloped in
Were
the
you a
face, didn't I?
wicket
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit the ball straight behind into your face, and obviously we weren't playing with any sort of protection on.
No. Why would you pervert?
I don't know. So yeah, so she did, but then the skydiving was called off, or paragliding, or whatever she did. So that probably affected her training. Maybe psychologically, is she all right with that?
Yeah. So I think it's, I don't know, you gotta learn those kind of things, and so that's kind of got her prepared for if she was to lose to Jonty in the first game.
Exactly,
she'd come
learn
back
to
and
cope with disappointment.
Yeah, overcome your disappointments, which is what she's got used to in the relationship so far.
Do you wear those pants when you're with her? I'm just curious.
I do, to be honest.
Your crotchless boxer shorts.
Weirdly enough, she's not a fan either. I think she also thinks I could do with some new boxers.
Wonder what you'll get for Christmas this year, Jokers.
Dumped.
Oh man, yeah. So that's good, Jokers. I've sent my. So you sent your Charlotte off to skydive and risk her life. I've sent Jonty off to Edinburgh with his girlfriend. To enjoy the delights of Edinburgh, to get himself in the mood. Might even teach him the Scotch defence as part of his training. So yeah, he's in Edinburgh, and then on Tuesday we will do the Scotch defence. Tuesday I'm meeting him after he finishes work. We're going to go to the local pub, have a couple of drinks, and my plan is, and I'm hoping this could be the start of something, I'm going to bring a chessboard to the local pub. And as you know, my local's a very quiet little pub, not many people go in. I'm just going to set a chessboard up on the table and start playing chess with Jonty. And I'm thinking, I wonder if other people want to just like play chess in the pub. Or I could even talk to them about starting chess in the pub, couldn't I?
That'd be lovely. I can guarantee you won't play a single game. Like, it's a lovely idea. I think the second you guys have had one drink or something, like, I can't see you pulling out a chessboard. I'd love you to.
We're not going to drink much. It's just a game of chess. He's going to have about like a plate of chips or something while we play. And they've got to keep your fighter well fed.
You got to. And chips is the
way.
way to do that, I'm sure.
Chips is the only nutritional way to feed a healthy chess brain. And that's English chips. I'm not talking American crisps. We mean like proper greasy pieces of potato.
Proper British chips.
Proper British chips. So, yeah, I think that's about it, Joe. Fellas, I mean, I'm looking at my notes, so we've got to talk about blindfold chess. Have we missed something here?
I don't think so. I think we're on to... Or do you want to do Exceptionally Loving? Shall we whack that in now?
Got to do some Exceptionally Loving now. We could, and then just go on to blindfold chess. Switch up the format. I like where you're going with this, Joe, first.
Mix it up.
Okay, what you've been exceptionally loving, Joe, first?
I've been exceptionally loving... I don't know how to put it, but playing the same person at chess repetitively. So last night, playing you like 4 games in a row, I never do that. I play a person, move on, play a person, move on. It's completely different when you got that social aspect, as well as like it becomes a bit more competitive and quite fun. I'm not a competitive person, but I like a challenge, if that makes any sense.
Oh, you are?
I am a bit. Nah, I don't
We
think I am.
discussed this last time, didn't we, that you never accept rematch offers on chess.com?
It's just because, yeah, true. But that's not a competitive thing.
It's
Like, even
because
if I
you
lose, I
move on
won't.
too quick. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, okay,
reminds
so-
me, I played a guy this week and he beat me, and I accidentally pressed rematch, and then he cancelled the rematch and said, what did he say? He said something along the lines of, no one gets second chances against me, like F you, or something like that. I was like, all right, touchy. It's just a game of chess.
Oh, it's not just a game, Jokers. It means a lot more than that to a lot of people.
Fair enough. What have you been loving her?
I'm loving your teeth, Jokers. Have you had them whitened? You look like bloody Ryland.
Really? No.
Or have you got a filter on or something?
No, they're just regular
Looking
teeth.
very white.
Thank you.
You need to drink more coffee, mate.
I need to up my coffee intake.
That's unnatural. It's just unnatural. What have I been exceptionally loving? Well, as you know, with the injury, I've been out of action a little bit. But this week, I thought I'm just going to go to the gym. So I went back to the gym, training in a different way. And that's what I'm loving. I'm just loving going to the gym and actually, doing slow sort of exercises. I'm really just trying to recuperate, but I'm enjoying the experience of going there. Bumped into my old ex next door neighbour, Jeff. He was in there, and not Hong Kong Jeff, different Jeff. He was in there. We had a little chat, and it was good. We were moaning, not moaning. We were saying when I was using the gym, I always use it on the night time, and when I go in on the night time. Generally, at 50 years old, I'm one of the oldest people in the gym. There are mainly a lot of teenagers, university students, they hang around in big gangs of like working out, not gangs, but you know what I mean, groups working out together, using the machinery and the dumbbells, quite hard to get. So, and they spend a lot of time lifting their tops up and admiring their shaved abdominal muscles. I love to lift my top up and try and blow my stomach out a bit to make it as rounded as possible. They also touch their hair a lot and sort of look in the mirror posing.
Yeah.
It's quite amusing, and fair play to them, it's up to them. But we were discussing this and saying how you have to wait ages to get on equipment, and he's going, it's much better in the day. You can get on stuff. It's just, you know, people our age out. I mean, he's older than me, he's 60-something, but he was saying that. And then it was after I walked off, I realised he was using this equipment, and we'd just been stood there 10 minutes just chatting, hogging the equipment.
The irony of it, I love
most
that.
of the people in the gym had bloody forgot that they were using that equipment or due to use that equipment anyway, because they're all over 60 anyway. So it was good. I'm enjoying being back in the gym, Joe. First,
Nah, it's fun. Yeah, it's good to get back into it, and like, I'm trying to get back into my swimming and whatnot, and yeah, it's just good to be healthy.
it's lovely. I had a sauna as well. That was nice in a steam room. Beautiful. You're a man who likes a sauna. Do you like the steam as well?
I love both. I think I'm more of a sauna guy, but I like my steam as well. But the problem with the steam room is you can't see a thing, which leads us on to our topic then, Al.
Oh, blindfold, very smooth.
There we go.
I'm going to
That's what I'm
ruin
here
that for you because I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh, for God's sake.
If I was if I was to set you a challenge, I was thinking about it this week of playing chess in the sauna or steam over the board with someone
I could give that a go.
until you pass out. Like that'll be whoever wins is the one that's standing at the end, not who wins. We'll put some sort of algorithm in where we work out the amount of games you've won,
Well,
the amount of points you've got, and how long you lasted.
I go to a gym in a fairly rough area, so I won't pass out. I'll probably get knocked out for whacking out a chessboard in a sauna.
And that leads lovely to our topic of blindfold chess.
Let's do it, Al. Are you a blindfold chesser?
I'm getting into it. I've started to try and do it. I like it for the visualization aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important. You know, we visualize in chess as someone we've got Jonathan, haven't we, from the Invisible Chess podcast coming on later.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to tell us some hints and tips on how to get better and what we should be doing. But as he said, which I never really thought of, we all play blindfold chess in that it's visualization. That's what it's all about. And if you're thinking, I need to move that piece there, you're already more or less playing well, you're not playing blindfold chess, but you're visualizing shit, aren't you? And that's what we're trying to do here. But I don't really play it. As you know, I've played it against you, which we can talk about in a minute. I sort of played it against you. I mean, did we play?
We'll get to that.
We'll talk about. But I have been listening to Jonathan's podcast, Invisible Chess Podcast, and I listened to it on some dog walks and stuff like that, and trying to go through what he's doing. He's got some good methods on there of how to get better. And there's various things. I have to be honest, and I said this to him when I was talking to him. It's bloody hard.
Oh,
sometimes
so hard.
he's doing this stuff, and I realise I've just been thinking for ages about picking up dog shit rather than, I've just lost the track completely. It's hard to get that visualisation.
Do you reckon Jonathan started off like that, where he perhaps found it as a bit of a challenge, whereas I don't know, maybe the more you do it,
I would
the easier
imagine
it gets?
everyone probably did. What's your experience with it? Other
Similar
than
to-
us playing?
So I would say it was you who got me into it. So I never saw, this is going to sound so stupid. I used to listen to Blindfold Chess, but I wouldn't do it. I just liked the podcast, if that makes any sense. So I would listen to it and I would I'd try, but it wasn't, I never thought, I need to learn to do blindfold chess, because I didn't see the point in doing it until you were saying, no, it actually helps you with your actual chess. And then the more I listened to Jonathan and his podcast, and the more I spoke to you about it, I was like, I could actually really get into this. And I gave it a good go, and I'm just shite at it. I'm just not very good, but I enjoy it.
Actually, let's go back to when we played then. So I was visiting you and your folks and everything around your house. We said, why don't we have a game? So we got the board set up, and we decided that only one of us would be blindfold, because that makes a lot more sense. So the other one can move the pieces around on the board and keep track of things. I think you played me first. I did the blindfold stuff.
You was good, by the way.
I was all right when I wasn't
you
great,
was genuinely
but
good.
I think I got out of the opening all right. And then once I'd done that, I struggled. I could do it, but I wouldn't say good, Joe, because you're flattering me there. I was average. I was all right. I think I could get better. But then I said, you have a go then. So we set the board up. You had your back to me the whole time. You were leaning on the breakfast bar in the kitchen, weren't you?
I was.
You played the game of your life. It was unreal. I could not believe how well you played.
I was shocked myself because, like I said, I'm not really a blindfold chess player, but you know, you seem to get something from somewhere and kind of channel it into your chest, and you fall into, I don't know, I can't explain it. Something came to me.
It was
and
like
I just,
a 40 move game, 40 or 50 move
easy.
game, and you didn't make an error. Occasionally you'd say something like, "Oh, is there a pawn on F6? Okay, move that." Yeah, I was so impressed up until a point. I mean, at one point you did lose my self-respect and my I don't know what the word is here, but you know what I'm saying. So you lost me at that point. What was that point, Joe, first?
The bit when so after about 70 moves or so, I checkmated you with just sheer brilliance.
Yeah. And I at that point said, Joe, you are bloody amazing, man. You really are good at this. You found your talent. And then what did you do?
So it turns out I'd had my phone on the kitchen counter the whole time, and I'd been inputting all of your moves in, and then just asking the engine what the best move was. So you had held your own against the chess engine for like 50 moves. So you're the real champion.
Oh, I didn't even know I was playing an engine up until this point. I thought that was all you.
And after like move 30 or something, you'd be like,
myself.
fucking hell, Jack, how did you even know you had a knight there? Like, how did you remember en passant? How did you remember that? How did you? And you try and do something that would usually work on someone. Like, I can't believe you managed to fork 4 of my pieces here. And I'm like, mate, I don't know where I'm getting this from.
It was brilliant. I loved it, Joe. But I want to actually play more of it, like, you know, without you using the engine.
I reckon we should we should do it on the YouTube. How about that?
That would be good. Yeah. But what we were saying is we don't actually know loads about blindfold chess. We're no experts. It's probably not worth listening to us rabbiting on about blindfold chess because we're just going to talk a load of shit and fill up the time. But we have got a couple of people who know stuff. So first of all, we've got National Master Jesse Cohen, chess coach at Summit Chess over in Colorado. And he was good enough to record something for us about it, stuff that I didn't even know. To do with the Russians. Yeah. Did you know any of that to do with the Russians?
I know it all. Nah, I had no idea. but shall we play it? And got a few things to say afterwards. Yeah, let's play it.
Blindfold chess is a hotly debated topic, especially within the training circles of Russia. There are people who claim it is extremely beneficial to you, such as Timur Gareev, who currently has the record for playing the most people simultaneously while blindfolded, which I believe is like 49. It's incredible. But I have heard reports that within the Russian training circles, they discourage playing blindfold simultaneous exhibitions because they believe that it maybe causes too much strain on the brain and could result in poorer performances. I'm wondering if they tried this technique out with some of their good players and perhaps it was so exhausting that their normal chess suffered. Personally, I'll just say this. The ability to visualize and imagine chess pieces moving is of the utmost importance. If you look at people like Hikaru Nakamura, they often stare at the ceiling. That's because it's easier to stare at a blank slate when trying to imagine moves. But I should mention that the skill of visualization is kind of separate from chess skill. I'll personally admit that I am not very good at blindfold chess. I would probably be lucky to fully complete one blindfold game without making a mistake. And I don't mean a mistake as in like a blunder. I mean like making a move that doesn't exist. But anyway, I personally believe that playing blindfold chess is a really good thing. And the best part about it is that you could be anywhere. We could just be sitting there and I could be like, ow, E4. And then you've got to start playing chess. And we don't even need a chessboard. We just need our minds. And it's just so easy to do it that way. So yeah, a lot of debate about it, but I am a recommendator of it, if that's a word. Recommendator. Is that a word? Maybe. All right. That's what I've got for you guys. Love you. Bye.
Okay, so there you go. It's Jesse at it again. So thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I found it dead interesting. It's how cool does that sound though about the the training circles of Russia? We need to get in.
Yeah. Oh, do you reckon we can get maybe your connections with Kim will get you into Russia somehow?
I'd love that.
You wouldn't want to be in Russia at the moment, mate. There's a bit of a situation going on
That's a
over
very
there.
good point. But you know how some people grow up and think they want to be in the Crips or the Bloods, or I just want to be in the bloody inner circle of the chess grandmasters in Russia. Like that would just be so good.
Just anywhere. If you could be in the inner circle of which chess grandmaster's inner circle would you like to be?
Well, it actually leads us on to another thing that Jesse said about Hikaru, how he looks at his ceiling. And I was just thinking, imagine if he's not actually calculating and like imagining moves, he's just got like a picture of Pamela Anderson up there and he's just like a fat perv. I would love that.
And go looking up at it going, "You bastard Alahine, I want it here."
Oh, brilliant.
You know, one of your chess challenges, I want you to break into Hikaru's house and I want you to write something on his ceiling above where he plays chess.
Oh, I love that. It's going to be like
Put
the
some
nappy
sort
on the
of
ceiling you did for
cryptic
me in
message.
the one challenge.
That was you brought that up. Put our chess logo up there so he
Imagine
just looks up
Average
and
Joe's
sees the
chess.
logo.
But no, I thought it was really cool. So, like you said, it seems to split opinion almost. Some people think it's really beneficial. Some people think that maybe it might be too draining if you're doing all these exhibition matches and kind of might be counterproductive.
Yeah, I mean, it's one hell of an impressive skill. Apparently, I'd read that in the early 19th century, it was used just for chess players to make money. They could do these sort of simultaneous blindfold exhibition matches and make loads of money.
Yeah,
Well,
makes sense.
loads back then. But obviously, you can speak to those grandmasters of the past next time you're on Reddit or whatever.
Ask them to lend us a fiver.
Okay. Yeah, but it's bloody interesting. And I also read it was officially banned in 1930 in the USSR.
What?
As they deemed it to be a health hazard.
Oh, so that's literally what Jesse was talking about. That's actually banned by that's.
It was actually banned according to this like non-reliable bit of information I got off the internet.
You never know though, but based on what Jesse said, I see no reason why that couldn't be true. And that guy,
but I mean, as we
49
said-
games blindfolded simultaneously.
Jeez, it's just impossible. He had some sort of phone and engine just like you.
He must have. Your brain must work differently, mustn't it, to do
49.
that?
That's crazy. So do you think you're going to try and get into it a bit? I mean, Jonathan's method that he gives in the clips we're going to play out with, there's something he was saying about talking the language. You do need to know the squares. Like, I need to be able to say to you what colour's D4, and you need to be able to tell me.
And that's what I struggle most with, genuinely. Like when people are commentating on games and they say, "Oh, he could have moved to D4, D7, R2, D2, this, that." Blah. It goes over my head. Like it's too fast.
It is hard, and I find it really hard when I'm thinking of it from Black's perspective.
Yeah,
When it's all in reverse
Bit
and you've
upside
got
down.
like H8 in the corner instead of A1 or whatever.
It's tricky.
So yeah, you do need to be able to speak the language of it. As he said, you need to be able to know what the squares are, what colours they are. But he gives a method for doing that. Like, I won't go into it because he's going to talk about it, but quite interesting about like moving pieces around the board. Like, where would a knight be if it started here and you move it there? What squares can that knight get to from its start square? I mean, the other thing I like about, do you remember I was saying a few weeks back when I had the MRI? That's what I did. I just sat in that tunnel or lay down in that tunnel while they were scanning my back and just tried to do chess moves in my head. And I quiz myself on the colour of the squares.
I mean, that's the cool thing. I think, like Jesse or Jonathan said, you can play.
Jesse
chess.
said, didn't he?
You can play chess anywhere.
Yeah, you can. Except, if I was playing blindfold chess, that could take me ages to play a game. I could get out of so much housework this week.
Just play one long 4-week game.
Oh, Jofa, should we play Jonathan's clips?
Yeah,
Leave
yeah.
it there. Before we do that, what am I going to say? I'm going to ask people if they could share the podcast. Actually, the last few weeks I've told you what day it is, like national something,
Oh, yeah.
national nail thing. I looked it up again today. I haven't got an appeal prepared. But do you know it's National Octopus Day?
After what?
Octopus, have you heard of an octopus?
I thought
It's got a-
you said off the puss, as if like you like like a celibate type thing.
Again, you're dirty mind jokers. No, this
It's a
is an
bad signal.
octopus.
Okay.
It's got 8 testicles. And yes, I was just going to say, as it is National Octopus Day, maybe share this with 8 friends. How
Yeah.
does that sound?
I like it.
I mean, people are getting inspired. Your mum plays now. She's never played. She's 16. She started playing chess. My mum,
I know.
80 years old, your
Yeah.
grandma, just started playing chess
I
as
love
well,
that.
learning chess, using Robert Ramirez's videos on
Oh,
YouTube,
love that.
going through all his lessons. You know, does that beginner to master course. She's doing that. She's playing stuff on chess.com. 80 years old, learning chess. It's great. So, I mean, send this podcast to some people. If you don't mind it, do us a favour. Let them have a listen, see what they think. I mean, we don't really talk a lot of chess, do we?
We don't. Shall we play? Shall we talk some chess now? Shall we have Jonathan play us out
No.
with?
Let Jonathan talk some
Yeah,
chess.
let's do it.
Oh, Joe, we haven't even said to people like to follow us and do all of that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Play Jonathan. Follow us if you want. It does us a favour.
All right. Cheers again, Jonathan, and cheers, Jesse, as
Jonathan,
well.
you know what else? You know what else? Play Jonathan.
All right.
Go on.
So the question is, what level or rating should you be before starting? And I would say that if you're a chess player, you're visualizing already. Even if all you do is think, my queen could take that pawn. Could it be recaptured? Have a look around the board. No. Okay, right, I'll take the pawn. That's visualizing. If you're thinking, oh, maybe he could back rank mate me, so I'm going to play h3, and if he ever plays rook d1 check, I can play king h2. That's visualization. If you're just thinking something like, well, I could go knight g5 here, and then maybe next move I could go queen h5, and then I could go queen takes h7, checkmate the castle king. This is all visualization, albeit in different ways. So I don't think as chess players the question is what level, what rating should we be before we start visualization or blindfold chess? Because we're already doing it. I think the question is, are we going to practice visualizing? Are we going to do anything specific, some intentional practice to get better at that skill? So should people play blindfold chess, or should they get used to blindfold chess training or visualization training, as I often call it? Well, maybe is the answer to that one, I suppose. I'm a big believer in the idea that the best kind of chess training is the kind that you'll do. But I'll come back to that in a second, maybe. But first, let's back up to the idea of blindfold chess and what is that? Because I think a lot of people think of blindfold chess, and certainly I did for a long time, as playing without sight of the board or pieces and playing a whole game, just like normal, except you don't see the board, you don't see the pieces, you just call out moves to each other and off you go. Or maybe on the internet sites now, I know at Lead Chess they can do this, but I think on chess.com too, you can have an empty board. There's a setting where you turn the pieces off, you have an empty board, and you click on the square of the piece that you want to move, and you click on the square you want to move it to, and you play a game. And the other person's blindfold too. Or maybe not, depending on who they are and their ethical value system. But anyway, the idea is that it's a blindfold game, and you've probably heard of these chess geniuses who can play 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 games of blindfold chess all at once. And that's what blindfold chess is. And that's great if that's what you want to do, but that's not what I do. I have played one blindfold game against Matt on Twitter, who has the handle WMILTTI, which is why must I lose to this idiot? That's how he got his name. So we had one game and it was fun, but that's not what I do. That's not what I enjoy. And I don't think it's the best necessarily for chess training either. But if that's what you want to do, then go ahead, have fun, enjoy it. I do something different though. Something that's definitely worth thinking about is, what do we imagine is going on in someone's head when they're playing blindfold chess? John Tisdall has a chapter about blindfold chess in his book Improve Your Chess Now, which is just about to be republished, by the way. And in that chapter he quotes Tarash, essentially saying that when he's playing chess without sight of the board, it's just like looking at photographs of a chessboard. So the position is what's in front of him, he's looking at a picture of it, someone moves, he gets another picture, someone moves, he gets another picture. It's the same thing for him. And that's very much the Queen's Gambit take on things, isn't it, when Beth starts playing chess by looking at this board and pieces that turn up on the ceiling. And it's a great way to show things, TV, but I just don't think that's the reality for most of us. It's how I imagined things to be, but actually I got a lot better at playing chess blindfold when I stopped trying to see the whole board because I just couldn't. Instead, I just try and work things out. So, for example, with a very simple position like, let's say, a pawn on a2, a white pawn on a2, and a black king on h3. And the question is, can the black king stop the pawn from queening? You can look at that, construct it in your mind, if you can, and see the whole board and see it change as the pawn moves forward and the king comes across. And that probably is best if you can do that, but I think most of us can't. And my guess is, unless you played chess really early, much like learning a language really early in your life, you're never going to be super fluent at it. It's never going to be your first language. And in chess, I think that means you're never going to be quite as good as you need to be to actually see a board in your mind's eye. But instead, you can work it out. Okay, a4, king g4, a5, king f5, a6, king e6, and so on. And you can see from that, you can work out if the king stops a pawn. And then you can think about the same position, pawn on a2, black king on h3. What if black goes first? Does that help black? And if not, you can start thinking about what position does the king need to be in so it's as far away as it can be from the white pawn, but still actually stop it from queening. And you don't have to see the whole board in your head to be able to solve that exercise. What's the best way to start? Well, just make a start. The best form of anything is the variation of that thing that you'll actually do. So if you have an idea of what you like to do in terms of blindfold practice, then get on and do it. Have a go. If you want to play a full game, have a go. I do have an idea of what I think is a good progression, but don't let what I think trump what you want to do. For what it's worth, I would say the only real prerequisite for blindfold training is having a good knowledge of the coordinates of the chessboard. Not so much that you can't do blindfold training without that, but you don't really have a language where you can talk to yourself or somebody else about what's actually going on. So I would say start with making sure you're fully grasping what the coordinates are. And then the next stage, I'd say, or the first stage of actual blindfold training, I'd say, is be able to tell the color of the squares. So if somebody says to you c4, you know you can tell what color that is. If someone says g7 or e1 or f5 or b8, you can see the chessboard. However, what we mean by that, whether you're literally seeing a board in your mind's eye or you can just work it out, you know what the color of the squares are. Now, someone said to me once, in fact, I've got this quite a lot. Whenever I start talking about color of squares exercises, people will say, well, you don't actually need to visualize that because there's this mathematical formula by which you can work out what color the square is. And that's true. But the real value of this isn't that you get to know what color of the square C6 is, for example. It's the process of working that out is your first step in learning how to visualize and practice visualizing and improving your visualization skills. It doesn't really matter what the actual color is. So next, I would say do simple piece exercises. Let's say you've got a bishop anywhere on the board. Let's say d2. Go up and to the right. What square does it hit the right-hand side of the board? And then go up and to the left. What square does it hit the top of the board? And go down and to the left. What square does it hit the left-hand side of the board? And down and to the right. What square does it hit the bottom of the board? You can make up your own exercises like that, particularly with bishops and knights, I think. So you could say the knight is on a1. How are you going to get it to h8? Or you could pick a square on the right hand side of the board, let's say h2, and then pick a square on the left hand side of the board, let's say a6. How are you going to get from h2 to a6 with that knight? And then once you've got there, can you work out a way of doing it in fewer moves? Just keep on doing that sort of thing. And then I would say king and pawn exercises are a really good way to start blindfold training. Even the very basic theoretical exercises like a king on e6, a pawn on e5, both white. So white king e6, white pawn e5, black king e8. White to move, what's the result? And black to move, what happens? These are the kind of things you should probably know anyway, but it's a very good way to practice blindfold exercises. And then you could go on to more complex king and pawn positions. I like skeleton mate patterns as well as blindfold exercises, and simple endgames. So perhaps mate with 2 bishops, or that's just a mate in 2, or maybe it's even mate next move. I do a lot of those on the podcast and from a book written by Pandolfini long time ago. Another thing you can do is play through miniature games right from the start in your mind. Games that last 4, 5, 6, 7 moves, maybe 8, 9, 10. As you get better, you can go a bit longer. And because they're very short, there's going to be some kind of tactical sequencing. And sometimes there's an awful lot you can fit in less than 10 moves. And they're a great way, and a fun way, at least for me, to train your blindfold skills and start off. And then you could play through games of other people, or play absolutely blindfold games yourself against an opponent. So that's the kind of order I would put it in. So find out where you are and start there, and move up the list as your skills improve. But as I say, if you would rather just go straight into playing games against somebody else blindfold, get on with it. You'll get much more out of this that way than following what I happen to think is best.